Hi guys, it's Everyday with Mimi again, and today we are making banana bread. So I'm going to go over our ingredients and everything, and we'll get into measurements and everything later. So we have bananas. You want to make sure that your bananas are ripe. Overripe is better, but this is also fine. You want to make sure that they are ripe. You don't want them to be too fresh, or else, because you want that sweetness from the ripeness, or else it won't taste as good as you want it to. And then this is our flour, all-purpose flour to be exact, and then a little bit of vanilla essence and extra virgin oil, 2 eggs. We use cane sugar, but brown sugar is also recommended. It's actually first choice, and especially if you want that richness. But if you want the more healthier alternative, you can go for cane sugar. And then walnuts, it's optional as well. You don't need to have walnuts in your banana bread. And a mixing bowl, because everything's going to be put into one, and your loaf pan. You can also choose to put it into a cupcake pan if you want banana muffins, but we're making banana bread today, so it's going to go into a loaf pan. Okay, so we're going to be blending our bananas. You also are allowed to mash it as well. That's also another alternative. You don't have to blend it. So we're going to just cut up the bananas and put them into the blender. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly show you guys how you would mash it if you wanted to use a fork instead of a blender. You would just take your fork like this and you just squeeze on it, basically like mashed potatoes. It's easier if you have a potato masher, because then it's faster and less arm work. A fork works just fine. You're just going to take your fork and you're just going to basically mash until you have like some type of banana paste. Okay. So it works fork works just fine. So, yep. And that's it. If you prefer to mash it, we're going to show you how you can do that as well. So while it's mashed, mix it in. I know it looks a little, it looks a little something, but the final product is good, so. Just gonna make sure you whisk it in and it's combined. And now we're going to add in a half a cup of olive oil, and you're going to mix that in as well until properly combined. Okay, sorry. Whisking is faster. I don't know why I was using a fork. And then now it's well combined enough so we can add in our sugar. We're going to add in half a cup of cane sugar as well. And you're going to mix that in until it's fully combined. And after you whisk it in and it's looking like this, just give it its final stirs. And you can start adding in your flour. Now we're going to show you how you can do it in a blender. So our bananas are chopped up in here. You're going to crack in your egg. And you're going to add in half a cup of oil. Don't worry, that's just the sugar from when we poured in. We're measuring sugar. It's just sugar. And then now you're going to add in half a cup of sugar as well. So this is what it's looking like right now. Okay. So this is your mixture. And then you're going to add in any type of milk, but we prefer almond milk. So you're gonna add in half a cup of milk as well, so you get that rich mix. Okay. Another half, and then now the lid. Okay, so now that our mixture has been blended, you're just going to pour it into a bowl, and then you can also add your flour, just like it being mashed. It's more finer and smoother than our hand mashed. So as you can see, if you use the blender, it's more smooth, more creamy, more foamy than it being mashed. So if you want banana chunks in there, I'd suggest you use the hand method with the fork. But if you're not a fan of that, you could just use the blender. It's still gonna taste the same. It blends the same, just more smooth and more creamier. So now we're going to add in our vanilla extract. We're going to add in half a tablespoon of vanilla extract. And you're just going to pour it in. Gonna add another. Okay, this is an optional tool, but we are going to be using a hand mixer today. A good traditional whisk would do the job, and then a spatula, a silicone spatula at the end to fold in the flour properly will also work, but we prefer to use the hand mixer, so that's what we're going to be using today. So on the lowest setting, you're going to whisk and blend the vanilla extract as well. You don't have to use the whisk for this part. You could just use the spoon to mix it in, but since we're using it anyway, why not? So now it's time for our flour. We're going to add in 4 cups of flour. So while you're whisking, you want to gradually add in your flour so it doesn't clump up. I'm gonna go in for another cup. And gradually add in your flour. Okay, 3rd cup. It's the way it's looking. I think 3 cups is fine now. So we're not going to add in our 4th cup. And like I said, we want to show you guys both methods, so you can use the hand mixer, but you can also use the whisk as well. But see, it would have been easier with the hand mixer, but not everyone has one, so it's only fair we show both methods. It's kind of hard to mix in with with the camera in my hand, but basically want to get in there. And just to show you what it would be like with the hand mixer, we're going to do that as well. Our final product after mixing with the machine. Everything's nice and combined, so that's why I prefer the hand mixer compared to doing it with your hand. So now we're going to use canola oil cooking spray, and we're going to spray our pan. And you want to make sure you get the walls of the pan as well. Oh shoot, that was a little too much, but when that happens, just use your sorry for the interruption. Like I was saying, when that happens, just use your basting brush and evenly spread it out. Make sure you get the walls and the bottom. Why we need to oil our pan is so that the banana bread doesn't stick while baking. Because if you don't do this, if you skip this step, you won't be able to get your banana bread out the pan. And even if you wanted to eat it in the pan, you won't be able to cut it out the pan easily. So make sure that you oil your pan. Going over the ingredients with you guys one more time. It's ripe bananas, eggs, cane sugar, vanilla essence, baking powder, flour, and walnuts are optional. Okay, so don't forget your baking powder. Make sure you put that in there. It's easy to miss, but it's very necessary. Okay, so now we're going to pour our banana bread. Okay, so now we are going to add in our walnuts. You could actually chop this up and mix it in with your banana bread, but we just want it for garnish. So you're just going to grab some, you're just going to top it up. Just top it off. Even with topping it off, you could chop them up a bit. I know these are a little big, but that's how we like them. So that's how we're gonna eat them. Okay. I'm just gonna do that. Spread them out evenly. And then you're just gonna drop them where you please. So that by the time it's baked, it will look perfect. Okay, I forgot to mention earlier that you should preheat your oven on 350 for about 10 to 15 minutes before putting in your banana bread. So it that's my oven actually going off, letting me know that it's ready. But yeah, you want to preheat your oven so that it bakes faster, it bakes evenly as well, so that it's hot enough so it doesn't end up, you know, cooking uneven. So I'm gonna go put my banana bread pans in the oven, and I'll see you guys later. This is our final product, and we placed it on a cooling rack. This is what the front looks like, and this is what the back looks like once you flip it, and this is what the front looks like. Our banana bread is looking, so see, this is what our walnuts look like after everything's baked, looking nice and scrumptious. And a pro tip I didn't mention before, but while your banana bread is cooking, if you want to test to see if it's fully cooked through, you can take a toothpick or a knife and then you just poke it through, and if it comes out dry like this, it is done. If it comes out wet, then you need to leave it in the oven. Just a little pro tip. But our final product is looking really good, looking very delicious, and I'm happy with the results. Okay, so this is the inside of our banana bread. Nice. There's no banana chunks because we used the machine, but you could also get a smooth finish if you mash it. Just take your time and mash. But this is what our final product looks like. Like I said in the previous clip, I'm very excited with our results. So thank you guys for watching. come back next week for pizza. We're going to be making pizza. We're going to show you guys how to make pizza from scratch. Making the dough from scratch, making the sauce and the toppings, everything from scratch. So, see you. Bye.